Hello and welcome to another Dominion League match. This is my fourth of the season out of 5, and my first ever against 70, 70, 90, I'm pretty sure. Never played them in any capacity before. So we have Altar as the only trashing. Snowy Village and Launch is the only villages. Draw is Livery. No, we do have like Tea House and Grand Market for like cantrip money stuff. I guess there's also Way of the Mole. And then there's Biding Time. Tea House is going to turn that on, so that might take a little while to get to. Okay. Huh. Well, I guess we could open double silver and just like hope that we get Altar, and if we don't, take like a livery or something like that. Any plus buy on the board, I guess I didn't mention that. But, could also go more like the direction that our opponent seems to be going, and go like warehouse silver, try to cycle faster. We're surely going to want at least one silver, so I guess we can click on that. Yeah, warehouse versus second silver. The warehouse will get a lot worse once Biding Time is active, for what that's worth. I think I'm just gonna go double silver. Alright, well, we actually might hit 6 here. Maybe we just pick up a Snowy Village at this point. We're gonna want that anyway. Nope. Bottom deck to silver. Alright. I think Biding Time looks a little bit better for us than for our opponent. So I think there's some case to be made for going for Tea House over Livery, but probably we want to get at least one Livery, especially since we had the Snowy Village. There's the 6. Let's get that Altar. Do we just mole this? We do have Livery Silver down there. We're not guaranteed to see both of those cards, but I think we do mole it. Okay, well, we didn't see the silver, but we still hit 5. We probably do take Tea House here. Like I said, activating Biding Time looks a little bit better for us because they've got the warehouse. So. Mole the Livery, interesting. Just trying to find the Altar, probably. Do we want a second Altar? We could also consider launching. If we draw a copper, like we're sad if we draw an estate. If we draw a copper or anything like Livery or Tea House, that's all fine. Second Altar seems fine though too. I'll take that. We can always hold an altar in our hand once we have biding time, so we don't need to have the capacity to play one every turn. We can just like play one, save one, sort of thing. Okay, I was wondering if I was going to end up mulling this. I guess I'm not. It's actually... maybe I should launch first. We haven't played delivery this shuffle, right? So... yeah, I think so. Oh, well. It's probably just another tea house. It could be another livery. We do have the Snowy Village. Biding time is pretty close to activating. But this coming shuffle... we do have 2 altars. Yeah, let's just get the tea house. I don't think I want a tracker. I mean, it is a possible mole, but that's going to get pretty bad pretty soon, so... Alright, well, biding time's about to be active. Maybe I underestimated how quickly... I mean, even with 2 tokens, I was like, oh, I don't know, if it'll be in time, but then... I guess I didn't know my opponent had a tea house on top. Merchant Guild. Interesting. Doesn't seem very good to me. I think we just take a grand market here. Keep the coppers in hand. I'm not really feeling much need to launch. And here... we could launch to play both altars, but we do have to put a lot of junk into play. Could take a second livery. I think I'll just hold the altar like I was talking about. I think another livery is fine. Like 2 altars, 2 liveries, we can play all that with a Snowy Village in theory, and we can also just hold some of it. Oh. They managed to line stuff up. I haven't gotten to do that yet. Triggering this shuffle feels pretty bad. Because we're not going to get value out of the Snowy Village unless we top deck a terminal. I mean, I guess the odds actually are, like, we have 6 of our coppers in hand, right? I mean, yeah, maybe we should do it. Yeah, okay. So the 2 liveries, the 2 altars. We could go ahead and take out a merchant guild. Yeah, the merchant guild livery thing is real. You can manage that. And we just play the pouch and get a grand market. I don't. Hitting 8 doesn't really do a whole lot. We can't get the grand market if we play the coppers, and we kind of don't want to play them anyway. How much of their stuff did they play? Just a silver? Yeah. Yeah, we might just be behind here on the basis that they had the big turn first. That was pretty bad news. Launching into something, yeah, we should also try to leverage that. But yeah, I think we might just be irrevocably behind. They did only play one. Oh no, never mind. They only had the one merchant guild. They gained a 3rd livery but didn't play it. Is that what happened? I think that's what happened. Kind of odd. Oh man. A potion makes sense. 2 potions even. Yikes. Okay, how do we do this? Doing like Snowy Village and launch? Like, are we just supposed to launch now? Or like... Maybe so? We kind of don't want to see the horses. Like... So what do we have down there? We have Altar and Merchant Guild. Maybe it's fine to just not gain a horse at the altar. So we do... Because we don't really want to draw it anyway. We could trash the other altar, but holding on to copper doesn't seem better than holding on to altars, so I guess won't do it that way. All right. Do we go... We could go for another Merchant Guild. Right? Play Livery, Livery, Merchant Guild, Merchant Guild. That'd be pretty good. Oh, I guess we like underdraw with the Snowy Village. Well, what are you gonna do? Okay, so 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So we can just go triple grand market. Do we need to get potion now, though? We could alter into potion. Hmm. Which kind of does make some sense. Anyway. How worried are we about losing the vineyard split? Like, colony is worth a lot of points. Maybe not very worried. I mean, they are, of course, also more expensive. But buying them gives you horses, which gives you coffers, so... This board would really be crazy if we had more plus actions. I guess I wonder, kind of ignoring charm, but charm to gain additional fives could actually be pretty good if you could get the draw for it, which I guess the horse that you gain would kind of make it pay for itself, or the multiple horses even that you gain with livery. So that's something to consider as well. Maybe I should have done that. Launched after, but then, you gain all the horses. Yeah, I don't know. It's just like the sequencing is kind of awkward no matter how you do it. Like I want the horses for the next turn, not for the current turn. Or if there's a world where you like gain all the coffers and then launch and spend the coffers. Hmm. The problem, I guess, the problem with that is that you have to play the Snowy Village, so you don't get the plus actions. Hmm. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. You'd also have to have a way to like sort of refund your buys. I think it just doesn't work. I mean, like maybe. Well, yeah. I think it just doesn't work. Okay, so do we want to gain a potion? Like we could like alter into potion, buy potion, launch, play Snowy Village, and then we get to get 2 vineyards. If we care about that, I guess their vineyards are worth kind of a lot because they got so many horses. I'm also wondering about charm. I mean, I guess we could get a charm as well. Alter into charm. I mean, we have a horse, so we can draw 3 cards. Well, 4 cards. Snowy Horse launch is 4 cards. So if we do alter, I guess the other thing we could do is play livery first instead, and then like we can. It's just. I do not know how to optimize this. We cannot gain and play with the altar if we don't. Well, no, that's not true. We could play the Snowy Village and then play the altar. But then we do end up with horses in our deck that we can't play, and we have to draw through them, and that's all very awkward. I don't know. The way that they did it might make more sense, but I'm thinking I want to do this as like alter copper to charm, and then buy. The problem with charm is like, what are like? Aren't we going to be lowering piles? What should we just gain like 4 potions instead? But then that's also lowering piles. And we also don't have like that many buys. Yeah, I really don't know how to play this. Right now we have. I don't know. I think maybe we could get 3 potions. They can still take 3 vineyards, but maybe it's difficult for them to take 3 vineyards and 5 liveries. You get a charm and 2 vineyards, but again, I'm worried about... Like, I guess we can just take some duchies. It's the best I can think to do. Charm double potion. Wait, I need to play the silver. I mean, I don't need to, but... Okay, so we're definitely playing the potions. And we're definitely playing the charms for gain card, and surely we want the buy from the pouch. And then the question is, vineyards aren't going to cost us any money, which leaves us with 5 buys. We should take some colonies. I'll take a tea house and a couple duchies. $27, $28, $29, $33 at most. 3 colonies seems kind of dangerous. 2 colonies and a tea house is 22, 27. And then I guess we could also potentially take a province, but that would be 35. That's more than we have, right? 27 and 6. Yeah. So maybe we just take that. $15 horses left. We're gonna get 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. It would be good if we gained a couple more. What can we buy to do that? Another duchy, I suppose. To do that, we need 32. This is 29. So we could do that. Okay, let's do that. So, tea house. Colony, vineyard. One more duchy. And I guess we take 2 coppers. Uh-oh. How many horses did we gain? It was 10, right? No, 12? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I guess we can mull the altar. I mean, probably we're just going to lose the game this turn, but if that doesn't happen, we can mull the altar. I think I'd rather do that than just immediately buy launch. Because if immediately buying launch doesn't work, then we've lost some... We lost significant upside for like the 1 in whatever chance that... Or, well, not 1 in whatever, but the 12 in 39 minus our tea houses and grand markets chance. How many of those do we have? Well, I guess there's the Snowy Village, but we don't want to see that right away anyway. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 12 and 32. That's a 20 stop cards down there? That's surprisingly many. The potions, the vineyards, the colonies, the duchies, the charms, the liveries, the merchant guilds, the altar. I guess the Snowy Village is included in that count. I do have a lot of coffers. If I can have a good turn, I don't necessarily need to draw my deck to be able to do a lot of stuff. Like, certainly if I can get 4 buys, I'll be able to, like, empty the colonies. I mean, they're... Wait, don't... Surely they have it. 27, 37... 29, 39... 40. Yeah, that's just empty the colonies money right there. So... And they have more money than that. So they totally have the win. I don't know what the hang up is exactly. Maybe they're not looking at emptying colonies for some reason. I guess I should have only taken 1 colony. I don't know. I mean, I probably would have... It probably would have had a line pretty much no matter what. Yeah, I think it was just like they had that first big turn. Where they got to see Snowy Village and their... like, and multiple terminals where I did not. And maybe that was the warehouses work. I didn't think it was, actually, but maybe it was. I bottom decked my Snowy Village, as you may recall, on the key shuffle. So, I mean, warehouse would have helped with that, I suppose, but not bottom decking the Snowy Village would have also helped. You really don't need to overcomplicate this. Yeah, you're definitely overcomplicating this. You definitely could just empty the colonies. Yeah, I don't doubt that there's a charm pile out available here if you can, you know, do more of that stuff, but emptying the colonies would certainly have been more straightforward. Anytime now. You are already gaining the things. You can just do it. I don't know what the problem is here. You can empty on vineyards too if you want. You got 5 potions. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe this approach of like playing the livery and launching was just better. I felt like that wasn't going to Why? What was I gonna say? I feel like that was gonna result in me having a worse next turn, but what? They had so many wins. What is happening? I mean, I guess I will have a pretty hard time overcoming 111 VP. but why? Okay, whatever. I feel like I'm being trolled. Okay, so we've got Amass and Overlord. Interesting. Overlord can play Priest and Catapult early, which is pretty nice. And then, I don't know, Swashbuckler, Hostelry, whatever. It's not actually that powerful of a board for Overlord in the long run, but in the short run, it probably makes sense to open that. It could make sense. It'd be funny to skip Amass and just go like Catapult Overlord. I mean, I guess we could, if we wanted to open Priest Overlord, I guess we could use Amass to do that. Priest is better at trashing estates. I suppose Overlord is Trading Post as an option as well. Lots of trashing options. And then, yeah, ultimately, I guess our goal... How good is Rice here? Action, Shadow, Attack, Treasure, Command. Okay. 5, that's... yeah, that'll work. Are there any of those that we don't want to be playing with? I guess permanently playing with Catapult. Well, you can mule it. So we probably do want a Catapult in our deck. Is that an argument for going Catapult, Overlord? Yeah, and anyway, so want to do that, like play hostelries or villages for plus actions, play Swashbuckler for drop. That's just pretty straightforward. Maybe we get the treasure chest with like storeroom stuff, maybe not. Otherwise, we could also play Fishmonger plus buy. Oh no, wait, no, Rice is plus buy. Never mind, we don't need that. Okay. The fact that we wanted a Catapult in our deck makes, in the long run, makes me think we might as well get it now. So, yeah, let's do it. That's interesting. Is that better than Overlord? I don't think so. Well, this sucks. This sucks too. Yeah, if we were going to have a hand where we didn't see either of our actions, I sure would have preferred it after we had paid off the debt and could have mass. Also would have just preferred not to bottom deck my Overlord. I'm really surprised Going for trading post over just using Overlord as trading post if that's what you want to do. Okay, so we could take a second Overlord. Or we could take a Fishmonger. Second Overlord is alright. It is going to be... Fishmonger... We are going to want a Fishmonger too for the rice, right? Okay, let's just take the Fishmonger. Well... Damn it. Play the Fishmonger now so we can amass next turn. And we probably... So, we have... Yeah, we probably hit to do Hostelry. We have all three of our estates in that hand. We'll probably amass Swashbuckler, so we probably take Hostelry now. Eventually, we're going to get to play like Overlord as Priest or something. No Catapult. Yeah, I mean, or that would have been good, but our estates have dodged our Overlord pretty thoroughly. They're not going to next turn, though, hopefully. Famous last words, I guess. Just take a village here. And that's a really good turn for having gotten Catapult attacked. Ugh. Alright, we need to mule the Fishmonger, I guess. Unless we don't want to trigger a shuffle. That's probably the case, right? I mean, we still need to mule it. We just want to mule it after we play the Swashbuckler. Yeah. Oh, I forgot I had a horse down here. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. We can get a rise. Okay, that works. Yeah, I don't actually know why I was worried about Fishmonger. You can just play them as Way of the Mule all the time. They're actually pretty good. They're like peddlers. Should get more of them. Kind of forgot about that interaction. Peddlers that we can choose to get terminal plus buy from to get more peddlers. I don't know. I am really surprised by how this game is played out. Like, it feels like the catapult attack hasn't done anything to my opponent. Just been humming right along. What? Oh, okay. Come on. Alright. I guess we gotta play this Overlord as Swashbuckler. It's pretty annoying. Catapults on the bottom. If it had been like a copper on the bottom or something, I'd have been like, yeah, that's fine. So, guess I really wanted another buy. Well, it doesn't matter. If we're going to draw it anyway, it doesn't matter whether we, like, how we do this exactly. I guess I should have looked at the hostelry thing. Damn it. But I might want another rice. That's the other consideration. We go rice hostelry. Yeah. Really like to play Overlord as Priest and then play Catapult. At least this turn we found the Swashbuckler at the top of the shuffle. So regardless of whether we play whatever we play Overlord as, it almost certainly won't be as unfortunate as we draw one card with, like, terminally. As it was last turn with the Swashbuckler. Right, here comes the Catapult. Okay, so there is a world where we play... Is there a world where we don't play this Fishmonger terminally? Overlord, Catapult, Swashbuckler. I'm not seeing it. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And the reason is, like, maybe we want to try to play the horse and then activate the Swashbuckler with Overlord as Storm. Yeah, probably not. Yeah, never mind. It's not worth worrying about. Bottom deck the... Seriously? God damn it. Okay. We do Rice, Hostelry, Fishmonger. That's 13. Sure. I mean, we don't really need the Hostelry that much right now, but like maybe we could add another Overlord. Rice, Hostelry, Fishmonger. Oh, yeah, I like that. Well, I guess we're playing this Overlord as a village. We have so many villages in this deck. Four. I guess that's not that many. Still uncalled for. We ever gonna trash this friggin' estate? Maybe it would be better, instead of saying that the fishmonger is a peddler, it's a fisherman. Because, for one thing, fisherman can cost 2. Peddler will usually buy for 0. And for another thing, it's more thematic that way. Are we getting catapult attacked? And if so, do we discard the rice? I guess we probably do. I'm concerned I won't be able to redraw it because we're going to have to play this Overlord as a village, but whatever, I guess. I don't know, maybe the catapult was doing a little bit more work than I thought. Oh, god damn it. No, don't do that. Because they have only gotten the 1 rice. They had opportunities to get more rice, but well, maybe we're gonna end up wanting to play Trading Post to trash Curse Estate after all. We get the chance, which we almost certainly will not this turn. Be annoying. We probably just needed to take another Swashbuckler. We go... Do we want to take another Overlord? We go like Swashbuckler, Fishmonger, Overlord if we wanted to. I don't really mind having the deck, because like Rice is generating a lot of money. Would really like not to get attacked here. And I have to not only discard in the shuffle, but also discard one of my good cards. Like, that shuffle was pretty bad. Imagine if we'd seen this stuff at the top of the shuffle. Notwithstanding that if we'd seen this exact hand, we still would have had an unfortunate discard, but... I guess we'd probably discard the horse. If it comes to that. Oh, well, I guess we're totally getting attacked considering they drew deck. Oh, they're gonna get to do the priest thing? Man, that's so uncalled for. I wanted for so long to get to do that. Ay. We're not gonna get to... This is... We do have two Swashbucklers in our deck. Like, should we just stop here? This is most of our villages, though. Oh, we do have another Overlord. I forgot about that. Okay. Fair enough. Do we have another village down there, though? Nope. Oh, oops. All right. Um. We could clearly use another village. Four buys. I mean, I wouldn't mind having another swashbuckler either. Two villages, a swashbuckler maybe. We could also get another rice. Rice village swashbuckler would be 16. Add a fishmonger, and that's 18. So we'd have to spend all of our money, and we wouldn't get any. Maybe that's not the play then. But hostelry village, swashbuckler, fishmonger, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and we can just get 2 horses. Sure. Alright. This is a better starting hand. A weird start to the turn, unless they have like a super dud. Which it looks like they do. Ooh. Okay. And a nice thing about that is makes it a lot more likely that we can do the priest catapult thing. That does help activate Swashbuckler, so there is like some argument to just, at this point, not even attacking with catapult. I don't know, like, drawing is still not trivial here, is the counter argument. So many swashbucklers. We consider playing a storeroom. Maybe so. There is another swashbuckler down there, which I guess can just draw the cards that we discarded with storeroom. Copper, silver, estate, rice. So we could play one overlord as a village to draw the other one, which lets us play 5 terminals, which could just be swashbuckler and 4 fishmongers. Oh no, wait, no, we want to play the other overlord as a terminal. Okay, so swashbuckler, overlord, and 3 fishmongers. We have 8 buys. It's pretty many buys. Can we win the game? 8, 16. Sure looks that way. Oh wait, no, hold on. That's 2 piles. I can't count. Why do I do that all the time? Alright, we should probably take some provinces then. Maybe one more rice. Got him. Province rice would be 15. Double province rice be 23. And then some more fishmongers. We should probably take another hostelry or something to make sure we draw. Maybe we don't take the rice. We just take double. We just take hostelry. Hostelry 3 horses. Double province, hostelry. And then some fishmongers. I'm okay spending coffers to get... Well, no, that doesn't make a lot of sense, does it? Where is the sink? 20... I mean, maybe we just take a bunch of fishmongers. Double province and a bunch of fishmongers. Province. We do still have a couple horses. Triple province and 2 fishmongers is an option too. Our opponent has a bunch of debt. So maybe we should be lowering piles more than that. But there's not like an easy 3rd pile is the main issue with that. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go for the triple province line. Where is the sink? I do not understand what that means, but... Alright. If we get attacked here... Do we discard an Overlord or a horse? I'd really like the horse to draw a village. So we don't have to play Overlord as village, but we had to play Overlord as village last turn. It's not like a big deal. Maybe we play, or maybe we discard the horse. Like, there's an argument that the second Overlord is not as good as the horse, because it doesn't, like, unless we find a swashbuckler or another village. The odds are that we will find a village with the swashbuckler, though, so... Of course, we may not get attacked anyway, but... Yeah, I'm really surprised about that Overlord purchase that they made last turn. I feel like that puts them in a much worse spot now. Where, like, if I can just have, like, another triple province turn, which in some ways is easier now because I've got the extra fishmongers. I've also got the provinces to draw through, so in some ways it's harder, but, like... You know, and I didn't spend any coffers on it. And I didn't... what do I want to say? I didn't need all of my money just to hit triple province. Now, if I triple province again, like, they don't really have a good response to that. Whereas, if they didn't have that 7 debt, maybe they would? I don't know. I mean, I'm threatening to quad as well. Like his last turn, I almost had enough money to quad. I think I was 1 coin short, right? $28 and 3. Yeah, I think I was 1 coin short of quad, and then I added some more money. Plus, I could activate Swashbuckler again, potentially, if I get attacked. Or if I don't, and I do the storeroom thing. So, I think I'm going to discard the horse if I get attacked. That's my conclusion. I think it's probably correct for my opponent not to attack me. Like, they need me to dud. I probably don't dud by getting attacked. I dud by just not having good cards in my starting hand. And if I have cards in my discard pile and I can activate Swashbuckler and I still draw through, like that just makes it easier for me to hit 4 provinces. So, yeah, I think it's not correct. Like, the curse isn't going to matter. Like, if I don't dud, I mean, like, I mean, there's a world where I mean, I guess it doesn't matter. Maybe the argument would go, it doesn't matter if I activate Swashbuckler, because if I'm having a good turn, then it just, like, I just win the game regardless. But, hmm. Why could they play Priest? Makes me think they are going to do it. I mean, I don't know. Well, I guess you might want to get rid of the estate anyway, but I could certainly understand, like, if you weren't, like, thinking about it too hard. I mean, I think they are thinking about it pretty hard, but I think if you weren't thinking about it too hard, I could certainly see, like, oh, like, I want them to have a bad turn, so I'll attack. Like, that's simple enough, but yeah, the world in which I dud probably doesn't involve, like the attack probably doesn't make too much difference one way or another, because, like, it's like either I can discard 2 cards that I don't need, or if I have cards that I don't want to discard, that probably means my hand is good enough that it also won't really matter. I don't know. I could be wrong about that, but that's my feeling. All right. Well, certainly our goal is going to be to get 4 provinces. If they don't buy anything else and we take 3 provinces, how are we looking? Probably pretty good. Like, they only have so many buys, right? 5 duchies would get them to 30 points. Province would get them to 36. If we get 3 provinces, we're at They bought a storeroom. Okay. Well, I shouldn't worry about it now anyway. Don't. Do I want the treasure chest? I guess it's fine. I play Overlord as Swashbuckler anyway. It gives me another coin. I guess there's an argument that storeroom is better. Yeah, it probably is. Okay. What did I discard? A silver and a horse. Do I need that? Certainly, okay, certainly we're doing that. So the rice is going to make 5. So that's 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 26, 32. Okay, so we're already there. Just to make sure. Get a little extra money. Don't like the sound of that. But it has been pretty slow so far. Swashbuckler again. Transport. We got Frigate and Highwayman. Oh my god. And there's no trashing? Other than, like, Prize Goat? Yeesh. This looks rough. Well, there's Watchtower to at least intercept curses. I mean, eventually the curses go away anyway, maybe, but... Oof. Did we just double transport Old Witch? And then... what do we do off of that? We are going to want to get loot, I think, if only so that we can fish for the good loots. Which means we will need to get, like, a ducat and a silver. So then, like, there's an argument... Let's see. If we single transport Old Witch and then get a ducat, we have a 10-card deck, we top deck it, we trigger a shuffle. That's not ideal. Same thing with silver, so I think we just double transport the Old Witch, and yeah. And then... how does this work? Okay, that's... they take a Watchtower. What? Bullshit. I'm wondering about getting a ducat now. It keeps the deck smaller. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. Well, we could take the silver now. Damn it, they didn't play the old witch when we had the curse. Maybe they drew it dead, though. Maybe the deck smaller wasn't actually good, because... I mean, it would have been if we had seen the old witch this turn, but because we didn't... Next turn, it triggers a shuffle, which we don't really want. Wow. Alright, I'm gonna take the silver. The odds of us... Oh, they did draw it dead. Good. Alright. I was gonna say the odds of us hitting the thing... Yeah, whatever. Well, we saw all three of our estates. So we have 3 coppers, a silver, and... Wait. And a curse. Okay. We get a free Wayfarer. I don't know if we want a free Wayfarer exactly. We could take another ducat. I think I'm going to take the ducat. Alright, play your old witch. Do it. Ow! Well, what now? Be nice to play with Highwayman. It doesn't help us in our objective of activating Wealthy Village. We could also... Could just take a Wealthy Village, but that feels... like we only have the one terminal in the deck. I'm just going to take the Highwayman. I assume top deck silver is an attempt to activate, get like a activated wealthy village thing, but I guess we're probably going to take 1 more silver if we don't activate wealthy village here. We do, no, we have silver ducat down there in those 6 cards. Yeah, they're just going to have that watchtower every time, huh? Hmm. I wonder if we like transport a frigate and then like whenever we're ready for frigate. I want the loot with the wealthy village. I don't like super want to... Is there... Does the watchtower thing make frigate bad, actually? Because there's so much junk and you get to discard the junk? I could see the argument. I don't know what to buy. I guess we could just go ahead and do the transport thing. Maybe that is correct. It probably is. It's really too bad that we drew our Highwayman dead. Too bad. Spell scroll. No. Spell scroll's really not what I wanted. I guess it's better than doubloons. We could just transport another wealthy village, I suppose. I think I'd rather save the rest of the coffers. And this Highwayman, when are we gonna get to play it? I guess if our opponent doesn't play with Frigate, then you can potentially draw, like, use the spell scroll for more draw. That would be nice. Sextant. Man, that's so good. Come on. Ugh. It certainly would be nice to see one of Highwayman or Spell Scroll when we draw this card. I guess the alternative would be to not play the Wealthy Village. And then we don't trigger a shuffle. Orb. That's alright. That's actually pretty good against Frigate, if that comes into play. Alright. Now, I wonder if we take an old witch, even though we don't expect to give out a curse, just to like decrease the number of remaining curses that we can incur, assuming we don't see enough treasures to activate Wealthy Village, which seems very unlikely when we're going to only draw 2 cards, unless we see our old witch. Yeah. I think so. Yeah, we actually gave him a curse too. I guess we could transport another wealthy village. It's like a denial play. That's fine. We're gonna have like 1+ buy in our deck. I guess they've only gotten Sextant. Yeah, let's do it. Would really like them to play Old Witch here. Nope. If we got to trash this curse, and then we get our Old Witch, and maybe we give them a curse. At the very least, we empty the curses. Like we barely even lose the curse split, despite not playing with Watchtower. That would feel pretty good. Doubloons. So each of us are only playing with the 1+ buy giving loot. I mean, there is Ducat, but you know, it's definitely worse than a loot. Oh, they actually. Oh, no. Why do you. Okay. All right. We should top deck that wealthy village. And then what? Another highwayman? Do we want to play with frigate? I'm still not sure. They have 1 old witch and 1 wayfarer. And 2 watchtowers. Hmm. I think I'm gonna take another highwayman. Yeah, we didn't do too badly here. Maybe they will get like to trash a curse as well. Like maybe they'll keep playing the Old Witch. I don't know. Maybe they won't. I only gave them 1 net curse, so I'm certainly not going to refrain from playing my Old Witch. 2 piles are empty. Quite the unpleasant board, this one. The total loot's gained. I gained an orb and a sextant that, or sorry, a spell scroll that turned into a different thing. And they gained a sextant, insignia. They already had top decking and a doubloons. That sextant stands out as being a lot better than like most everything else. But I can at least like probably don't trigger a shuffle here. I can at least use the orb to play like Highwayman. But don't think we buy anything. I think we just store up the coffers. I guess the Dublins does have the advantage that it is money in the deck. Yikes. I mean, I don't think there's any question they got the better end of the deal with the loots. So if we stop here, we can orb a Highwayman. If we continue, we have to get through. We have like the three estates, the two curses. We get to draw 4 cards. Just like 3 estates, 2 curses, 2 highwaymen, copper and a ducat. Versus 2 highwaymen, a copper. So 9 cards. That does look pretty bad. Man, Sexton would be so good here. You could just discard all that shit. I guess there's... Well, there's wealthy villages, but that doesn't matter. Yeah, I think we have to stop here, unfortunately. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yep, as I said. So do we take a province, dip into our coffer reserve? It's so painful. Maybe we get the frigate now. And like try to... Like they do still have the 2 watchtowers, but... They've also got 3 highwaymen, which... I mean, I guess it's still like a lot of sifting. Like, yeah, it probably just doesn't do enough. It's all bad. It's all bad. Maybe we should consider Swashbuckler. You know what? Yeah. Let's get a Swashbuckler. We'll be able to get the treasure chest and put some money into our deck. It'll draw cards. No Old Witch played. They probably will just not play it. Which, I mean, there is some benefit to that. If it's a dead card in their deck. I'm a little surprised they haven't gotten a frigate. I think it would do more damage to me. I'm not going to complain that they don't have it. Maybe I should have spent a copper to top deck the Swashbuckler. I don't know. Marquee. Oh, that really wants to be attacked by frigate. Jeez. Really, really does. So we have 12 cards down there. We're gonna orb the Highwayman. 4 of them are wealthy villages. We have no draw cards down there is the problem. Okay, that was fortunate. Um, dip into those confer reserves and like transport a frigate on top of our deck. I think I'm gonna do it. They're getting a pretty big hand size with this double Highwayman business, and then they've got the Marquee. Marquee is going to be a lot worse. You get knocked down to 4 cards before you play it, or if you play it and then you have to discard down to 4. Either way. We do got to get started on greening though. There are only 5 Highwaymen left. Like transporting a bunch of Highwaymen is a way for them to end the game, so we got to be cognizant of that. I don't think they have the buys for that, right? It's like Sextant. They only have 3 buys. Oh, the Marquee gives them 4. But it's still bad enough. Yeah, I mean, they double province here. I'm probably like hopelessly behind. Maybe I should have just gotten the frigate a turn before. Like, it would have hurt this turn a lot. If I had forgetted it. I mean, I still would have had. I guess they would have only been down. Like, you get a kind of copper nullified. Well, if your 4 treasures are like this copper, doubloons insignia, and then ducat for plus buy. I mean, that's a lot less money. 10 less money, or you have 8 less, but you lose a buy. I guess that's probably what you would do, but. I guess it's 7. Plus the coffer. Yeah. Oh no, I guess that is 8. Yeah, okay. Well, anyway. Yeah, I probably should have gotten the frigate sooner. I mean, they didn't have the Marquee until just now, so that's part of it. I think if I were them, I would just go double province, like, not get fancy with the transport stuff. Like, you can always do that later if you aren't hitting province, but having 3 provinces puts you in a pretty good spot. Split the difference. That's also reasonable. Wait, I thought I had a highwayman down here. Now I gotta trigger a shuffle that doesn't have any of my wealthy villages in order to find any of that shit. I guess it has one wealthy village. Well, I gotta go for it, because what the hell else am I doing otherwise? We kind of need another frigate. I don't know if we have time. We could go frigate province and just like hope we somehow get to it. I don't really see how that happens, but I guess. Oh, orb. That's how that happens. Okay. It's possible they just have a win here. That's why they didn't play any actions. It's like if they have 3 buys and 9 coins. Unfortunate. This board was unfortunate, but I don't know. Maybe with like somehow we got 5 wealthy villages, but we only got to activate it twice. I wonder if that's below expectation. Like we were player 2, as was definitely a factor. But like if we could have gotten like 1 more wealthy village activation off, maybe we actually get a good loot. I don't know. I guess we gotta play the frigate, but yeah. I mean, surely they're gonna be able to take 2 highwaymen for 6 coins. No. There's no way I'm going to triple province, so you don't have to worry about that. So you can probably just safely take a highwayman. Well, I take the duchy. Fine by me. We drew the frigate. Incredible. All they need to do is find their sextant, essentially. So if they manage to bottom deck it, I mean, the ducat might do the trick too, but like sextant, all but gets them there. I guess they must not have had it, or otherwise they wouldn't have played the wealthy village. I'm actually pretty surprised that the frigate is putting in this much work this late into the game. Like, but they haven't won the game already. Oh, the watchtower might do it. They haven't seen this. They hadn't seen this section, this shuffle. So like, surely they have it now. Terminal marquee. Discard 2. I feel like they must have been able to sift, but they hung on to these action cards. I don't know. Whoa! Could I possibly win this game? I didn't get to a frigate, so probably not. Yeah. Well, they would have been able to. Anyway. Well, we made it close. I think we were... Yeah, like in a rough spot with the loot pulls. Yeah, so where was I? Oh, wait. Oh, okay. I was like, wait, I thought I had 2 ducats. This is my deck. Right. Yeah, so obviously having 2 extra curses wasn't great, although they, like, were avoiding playing the Old Witch, so it is essentially a dead card in their deck. They weren't, like... They were using the top decking from Watchtower, which is relevant, but they weren't playing these Watchtowers too much. So, like, effectively, it wasn't, like, that bad for me in that respect. I think the... Yeah, I think... Having seen it play out, I think I should have gone for Frigate earlier. I just... Like, I wasn't convinced... Like, I think the thing that I wasn't appreciating was how hard it would be for them to line up the good treasures in their deck because there just weren't that many of them. Sextant, Insignia, Doubloons, Gold is 4 cards out of a lot. And so even though it's true that, like, the Frigate thing, you can, like, discard junk and then redraw with Watchtower or something, like, you've only got the 2 Watchtowers. Like, yeah, I don't know. I should have just gotten Frigate earlier. I think the Swashbuckler thing worked pretty nicely. Like, just real easily grabbing the treasure chest. Like, I think that was pretty helpful. But yeah, I think if I played with Frigate from earlier in the game, that would have been better. But I also just think... I mean, I effectively got 1 loot. That's pretty bad. I don't know. I don't know if there's anything I could really do about that, but I think it would have been nice to do something about it. Anyway, alright, well, I guess we'll have to resume later. So, thanks for watching, and, you know, we'll do that at some point, maybe next week and maybe not. Until then.